know that the right keeps calling anybody going to this rally tomorrow, right, that we're domestic terrorists. So I just wanted to disassemble that legally. It's just a 2-point thing, okay? Just to explain how protesters, peaceful protesters, could never actually be charged as domestic terrorists. So I should start with the fact that there is no standalone federal charge for domestic terrorism in the United States. But under 18 U.S.C. 2331, it is defined but not criminalized as its own charge. U.S. law, specifically the definition of domestic terrorism, it's 2 parts, act and intent. And you must have both in order to be able to move forward. The act requirement is the deal breaker. This is why you will not be considered a domestic terrorist. Definition begins by stating that the activity must involve dangerous acts to human life that are a violation of the criminal laws of the United States or any state. A peaceful protest is fully protected. Attending a peaceful rally, again, peaceful being the optimal word there, is an exercise of a fundamental First Amendment right. Freedom of speech, assembly, and petition, none of which are crimes. No crime, no terrorism. If the person's activity is peaceful and lawful, as in a peaceful protest, the first part of the definition is instantly void. So we don't even have to go to the second part, but we will just for fun. There's no underlying crime, right? Assault, destruction of property, no threat of violence, upon which to base the domestic terrorism charge, and they would be dead in the water right there. Okay, so part 2 would be intent. Even if the first requirement were met, which it's not, the activities must also appear intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, to influence the policy of a government by intimidation or coercion, or to affect the conduct of a government by mass destruction, assassination, or kidnapping. In a peaceful protester scenario, the protester has a political or social goal, intent, but uses a legal right, the act, to achieve it. They are trying to influence policy through their constitutional right to protest, not through a criminal act of violence or coercion. The law protects both beliefs and speech, and the legal system is structured to specifically protect a person's right to hold and express dissenting or even extremist views which may be hostile to the government, as long as that expression does not cross the line into imminent unlawful action, incitement to violence. So just to round this video out, okay, don't forget to share this with a friend, because I know a lot of people are scared right now about them saying that, oh, protesters are domestic terrorists. Well, they can't make the charge stick. First Amendment, the rights of peaceful protesters are explicitly protected by the First Amendment, which states, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, maybe Trump should read this, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So this text makes it perfectly clear that peaceful assembly and protest are not only legal, but they are constitutionally guaranteed. We deal with one more thing, which was this NSPM, the presidential memorandum that he put out to basically target anybody that doesn't lick his boots. Acts of political violence and intimidation designed to suppress lawful political activity or obstruct the rule of law. Since peaceful protests are lawful activities protected by the First Amendment, they fall outside of the scope of NSPM's intended targets. Just to recap, because peaceful rallies are lawful, nonviolent, and constitutionally protected, they cannot possibly meet the first or second requirement of the definition of domestic terrorism. No domestic terrorism charge or NSPM enhancement could apply. In short, the NSPM, the presidential memorandum, doesn't apply to peaceful protesters. It focuses exclusively on individuals or groups engaging in criminal, violent, coercive acts, not citizens exercising their constitutional rights. See you guys on Saturday.